Welcome to another day in my crazy mixed up life. I think I'm gonna have to do an intro, just listing all of the disclaimers. But anyway, it's Monday. Hope that you guys had a great weekend. Again, sending so many thank yous out to everyone who continuously leaves prayers for my family. There were so many just beautiful comments left on the last video, so thank you guys so very much for that. But like I said, today is Monday. It's about 9:30. I'm currently right now sitting outside of the apartment. I'm waiting for the furniture truck. Let me just say this too. Throughout this entire process, the one organization that has absolutely been on top of their game has been the relocation component or piece of this all. The relocation crew, they've done their job. I have no complaints with them. They have been in contact. They're trying to get us to move out. I mentioned in the last video that, you know, the insurance company really wants us to go ahead and move out. And you guys, if you saw the last video, you'll understand Eric and I's kind of apprehension to going ahead and moving out. And I'm sorry, I'm waiting for the furniture truck. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but the company that we're working with via the our insurance company is I think it's LAE Solutions. I'll have their name on the screen, but they work with our insurance company to, you know, help displaced policyholders get relocated, and they've been doing a really good job. So right now, like I said, waiting on the furniture truck. We didn't have to bring any furniture over here, any cooking utensils, towels, any of that. They are fully furnishing our place. So I'm sitting here because I'm still the consummate hotel snob. I'm going to look through everything, and the things that I like, you know, we'll take up to the apartment, and the things that, you know, I'm not too happy with, they'll take those back to the warehouse, and I have the opportunity to, you know, reorder some things. But yeah, that piece of this whole mess has been pretty top tier. So really happy about that. We're still at the house. I'm over here gonna go ahead and sign the lease, and like I said, have them put the furniture in. But as of right now, we are still in the house. We still do not have a date for when they are going to start. So we're still going to go ahead and kind of hang around the house and, you know, continue to apply pressure to our insurance company so that we can go ahead and start trying to get our lives put back together, you know. But anyway, today's going to be a busy day. Today's going to be a really busy day, so I will be sure to pick up the camera for all of the chaos. It is super muggy and hot here in Atlanta today, and like I said, it's like 9:35 right now, and it's gonna be a scorcher today. So yeah, I will be sure to pick you guys up for all of the chaos that's going to ensue on today. It's already muggy and hot out here, so it's going to be a long day. So I will absolutely pick the camera up for everything that we get into on today. To say that I am pissed off right now, to say that I'm pissed off right now is an absolute understatement. I was just in here telling you guys that the relocation piece of all this has been perfect. Well, I go in here to let the furniture guys in. We got to get a key. Okay, today was supposed to be pick up the key. We can't get the key. Why not? Why can't we get the key? because the relocation team sent the check, a $4,000 check, to the wrong location. They were supposed to send the check here to the local office. They sent it to headquarters. So we can't let the furniture guys in. The furniture guys have been here for 30 minutes. They are only supposed to stay for 20 because this was a quick move. They're gone. So we have no furniture now. And I now have to drive an hour away to locate a check from what a day. I think, again, at the top of the video, I said today's probably going to be a really crazy, chaotic day. And here we are. All right. So long story short, I made it to the corporate office. I look so greasy and sweaty. But we're just gotta keep going. I made it to the corporate office. I picked up the check. I brought the check back over here, and we're inside. We're inside. Unfortunately, the furniture is gone, and I have to reschedule that. And so that's going to be a whole crazy ordeal as well. But anyway, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick empty apartment tour, and then we'll just get started unloading. I brought a few things in, but I need to run back to the house and, you know, pick up a few other things. So yeah, let me turn y'all around. So this is the kitchen on the bottom, and then the white cabinets up top. This is the pantry. It's kind of tiny, but it's whatever. This is the living room. Wow. That is the living room. That's my bag right there. I brought in, I have some things in there. Over here we have the washer and dryer. Right, that door right there, I'm sure it's for maintenance. Right there. Over this way, I want to say this is Chase's bedroom. All right, in here, that's his closet. Oh, and his bathroom. Yeah, wow. Okay, I don't know how he's gonna like that. So his bathroom is actually out here in the hallway. I was hoping there would be a door right there where he could kind of walk through. So yeah, he's picky like me. So we'll see. We'll see how he adjusts to having to come out of his room to go to the bathroom. You know, it's those little creature comforts that we're gonna have to give up while we're staying here, but that's fine. This is Eric and I's bathroom or bedroom. Here is a closet. Here's a closet right here. And this leads into the primary bedroom here. And then this is our bathroom. Has the double sinks, stand-up shower, toilet, and that is the closet. So that is pretty much it. That is it. That is all. This is where we're going to be living, guys. It's obviously a lot less space than we've been accustomed to, but we'll get used to it. Hopefully we won't have to be here too long. But yeah, and there's a balcony out there as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing some things in, and I'll pick y'all back up in a little bit. I was just asking Eric, do you think we'll ever have a day while we're going through all of this where it's a good day Today started out as a pretty good day. I come over here to do, you know, a quick little cleanup or whatever. As I get out of the car in the garage, I'm looking for my keys to the apartment. I can't find the keys. I promise you, I looked in my purse before leaving the house and the keys were in my purse. I pull up here, I get out, I have my car keys, my house keys, but the apartment keys aren't on there. I promise y'all, the keys were on there when I left the house. I ended up having to drive all the way back to the house to get Eric with his set of keys to come and let me in. I just feel like until all of this stuff is resolved, we're never gonna have a day where everything goes right. Then on top of that, we were having doors delivered to the house, some new basement doors because those needed to be replaced as a result of the flood. They don't get delivered today because our delivery driver calls and says, as they were loading the doors, they dropped and broke the doors. So we're just gonna have y'all on the tripod. There's Eric right there. Eric saying hello. He's bringing stuff in. But Eric, I was just telling him about the key situation. Like, I can't believe the keys. I saw the keys. I had them. I had the keys in my purse, and now they're gone. I just can't explain it. So
this has made us appreciate.
Eric, how's your day going?
I appreciate living in a house now, because in the house when you lose your keys, you just go make another key and it's like $5. In an apartment, they're gonna charge us $250
now I gotta go downstairs
for a new key.
And beg these people for another key. I can't tell y'all. I don't know. They're not doing us favors, but our situation, I think, is a situation that they've never seen over here before. So the relocation company that we're working with, they're
Have you told them the whole saga?
About what?
About how difficult it is been to get this apartment.
You know what? Hold the line. Let's just pull up a chair real quick and we'll bring y'all up to speed. Let us scrounge us some chairs. Hold the line. I am just so frustrated with myself right now. I could break down in tears. I am very, very frustrated with myself. Like, how? The keys were in my purse. Because I came over here by myself. Before I backed out of the garage, I told Eric, let me make sure I got my keys. Let me make sure that I have the apartment keys in here. They were in the bottom of this purse. When I got here, I pulled my car keys out of my purse to again look for these keys. And they were hooked on here. And I was like, oh, all right, maybe Eric, put the keys on there while I wasn't looking. All right, so I put everything back in my purse. I put everything back in, right? I get out of the truck, walk over to the passenger side to grab a box. As I'm walking to the apartment door from the outside, from the garage, I'm like, oh wait, let me get my keys out so I can make sure everything is ready. Because you have to have a key fob to get inside the building, in addition to the key to open the door. I'm looking at the keys, like, where the keys? Where are the apartment keys? Where the keys? The keys weren't on there. So I'm outside. It is hot as all get out in the garage. It is burning up in that garage. And I'm just out here looking like a crazy person, looking on the ground for the keys. And the keys just never show up. I look in the truck, the garage is dark, so I can't really find them in there. So I end up having to drive all the way back home to get Eric's keys. I don't know. I don't know. And it wouldn't be such a big deal if the move-in process here had gone a lot smoother, right? I would just go downstairs, pay the $1,000,000 for another set of keys. But the relocation team and the people here at the apartment, they haven't been really getting along. Just to kind of keep it high level, they haven't been getting along. So it started out with the whole application process, and Eric, I'm just going over everything. I don't know how y'all stay in these apartments, right? It's like they want your firstborn, your thirdborn's first big toe, a pint of blood, an eye, and a strand of hair.
Let's just say at one point, you had to come back up here with your passport and your social security card.
Like what?
Something with that.
The apartment and our relocation people, they haven't really been getting along, right? So I'm sure you guys know we don't pay for any of this. So the relocation team sent a check to the apartment. Well, they sent it to the headquarters because that's whose address was on the paperwork. It was the headquarters address. I get here yesterday, or was it day before yesterday at this point? I don't know. I don't know if I'm
to move in
at this point.
So they sent them the check, let's say last week.
They sent headquarters the check last week.
We were supposed to move in Monday of this week. When you got here, they were like, oh, we don't have a check. We don't have any money. It was at headquarters. Nobody's picking up the phone.
They also called their own headquarters and they didn't pick up for them.
Bear in mind, they told us the week before, you can move in, it's fine. We know the check's on the way, it's fine. We get here on Monday, or you can't move in. But you had furniture getting delivered that day.
You guys saw at the top of the video, as I sat in the car, I was sitting waiting for the relocation team and the furniture. So when I got here, my time yesterday, they said the check wasn't here. Where's the check? Well, we don't know. They said the check wasn't delivered here. So I had to call the relocation people we were working with, the other team, and they said we sent the check to headquarters.
Via FedEx with a tracking number. Headquarters got the FedEx check, long story short, and they never told anybody. It was just, so my wife had to leave here, drive to headquarters. You go in there, it's in an office part. This is like an office. By the grace of God, you found the office. You go in there and the secretary has it sitting on her desk.
It's a pile of mail.
She hadn't even opened it.
And the FedEx envelope is sitting there underneath the pile of mail.
Bear in mind, we were supposed to move in, but instead of moving in, you're having to go across town and pick up a check that they had the week before that they never bothered to open. That we told them was on the way.
A $4,000 check just sitting. But anyway, it's just very frustrating. This whole process just continues to be just.
Applying for an apartment is, and the last apartment I applied for was Chase's dorm. That was 2 or 3 years ago. It wasn't this involved. Even when I remember doing Chase's dorm apartment application, because he's at an apartment, it's not really a dorm. It's a college apartment. It wasn't as bad. It was a lot of paperwork. And then the application software they had us using sucked. Like the online form, it was the worst piece of software I ever used. Stuff wasn't coming up. It was crashing. The user interface was horrible. And you know, when you're trying to go through something fast, you're trying to go ahead and fill out this information. They got like 30 different apps we have to use. We got to get renter's insurance, which is fine. We got to get, what do you call it, liability insurance.
And then the reason I was coming back here is because they got this piece of paperwork here where we have to now give them the tag number. We've given them the tag number like 3 times.
It's on the application. We have a little sticker that opens the gate. So only people that live here can get in the garage because you have to have a sticker that opens the gate. They still want our tag.
They still want the tag number. So that's the reason I was coming back over here today. I was gonna clean and whatever, but they're just making it seem like, well, they're gonna write a ticket. Y'all are gonna get a ticket if they don't have the tag. But we put the tag on the application. We've gone down there to put the tag on 2 other pieces of paperwork. And how about we're behind the gate? How am I gonna get a ticket if I'm behind the gate?
And I use my
everybody behind the gate lives here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Make it make sense.
Those of you that are in and out of apartments, moving in and out of apartments,
I don't know how y'all do.
Y'all have if you ever decide to buy a home, if you ever decide, and maybe, I don't know, maybe mortgages are hard. We hadn't applied for a mortgage in 12 years, so maybe mortgages are horrible now. I don't know, but moving into an apartment these days is about as bad as what I remember getting a mortgage on a house.
We gotta go downstairs and ask them little people down there for everything. We gotta get permission for everything.
Yeah.
No, I need this time to hurry up and move fast. But anyway, the saga continues.
Let me say this though, this is your fault. Y'all know my wife has a hotel phobia, because see, you trying to get out scot-free. When you have an insurance claim like this, you work with a housing specialist, right? It's not going to be your insurance company. They're going to say, hey, and they're going to help you find a house, somewhere to live. It can be a hotel, it can be a freestanding single family home, or it can be an apartment. We chose apartment. They sent you, because these are the apartments we partner with, these are the houses. They sent you some places we could have stayed that were under their umbrella. Why didn't you use any of the places they sent? Why? Because you picked this place on your own. What happened?
Because all the places they sent look like they were built in 1965.
Some of them have been remodeled.
Yeah, but they got spirits in them.
So, I heard that.
There are ghosts and spirits in those houses.
None of them were up to par. You know, my wife has the hotel phobia, so the hotel phobia extends to everything else. You're super superstitious, so you're worried about being in an old house where somebody died, which is ridiculous. People don't.
I've seen ghosts, Eric. I've seen ghosts.
Y'all have probably been watching The Unfrumpy Mommy for a while and just assume she's a normal, she doesn't have any weird quirks. So now you've heard about the hotel and the ghosts. Y'all see what I have to deal with? There's no ghosts. And for a ghost, that means somebody died. A lot of people don't die in houses. Like, every maybe 50th house somebody died in. Like, people don't die in houses.
Okay, right, but Eric, I'm not making it up. I've seen spirits. I'm not the only one. Raise your hand out there if you've seen a spirit in your life. The first one I saw was at FAMU. I was in an apartment. I'm not lying. It was me, Tisha. I forget who else was living with us. Look. And me and Tisha, we were sharing a bed, and I looked in the hallway, and I promise you, a spirit was walking out of that room.
Let me say this. Would I move into a house where a family of 5 had just gotten unalived? Absolutely not. But am I just like random old houses? I'm just assuming somebody's. No, that doesn't bother me. Like,
okay. Well, I didn't want to stay in a random old house. I didn't want to stay in a random old house. These apartments are brand new. They're brand new.
You made a good choice. Let me say Let me say this. The apartment is excellent. It is gorgeous.
We're around the corner from the house. I'm still about to clean it though.
It's shops and restaurants down. I'm looking forward to that. I've never lived somewhere where you're like on top of a restaurant.
Yeah. And Eric, I don't know why you brought this up. Maybe you're saying if I got an older house, I wouldn't have lost the key.
Well, no. The agency had a problem working in an apartment because they had never worked together before. If you had used somebody that was under their umbrella, then we wouldn't have had all these problems. Well, they didn't know how to work together.
That's not your fault. They need to figure it out. That's not my issue. Right now, my issue is me being so angry with myself that I could break down in tears right now at the fact
don't you hate when you lose something?
I
just
lost
get mad at
the
yourself.
key.
Yeah, you get mad at yourself.
And I don't know where the hell they are.
We've all lost. Guys, if you've lost something, don't beat yourself up. We've all done it. You lose something, it's like, how did I lose that? It happens. We're doing a lot. You can't beat yourself up. They might still show up. I don't know. But we've all lost a set of keys or something, a wallet, a driver's license, something. It happens.
I don't usually lose stuff.
Yeah, I know. We all say that, but it happens to the best of us.
But anyway, y'all.
We're tired.
later. I think might even be the next day. And as you guys can see, we're over here at the apartment, or I'm over here at the apartment trying to, you know, get things kind of organized. We have no furniture because remember, a few days ago in the video, I mentioned that because the check wasn't here, our delivery guys couldn't drop off furniture. So we have no furniture. Eric and I did bring over our mattress, but that is it. So I'm kind of having a hard time trying to figure out where to put everything. The only surfaces, the real surfaces that we have are here in the kitchen and in the bathroom. There are no dressers, there are no nightstands, there are no tables. So just kind of hard to really put everything up, but I'm gonna do the best I can. But I want to share with you guys this little gift basket that the apartment gave us when we moved in. So this looks to be a throw. Looks like it's a throw. Let's see. Yeah, cute little throw. Little fringe detail on the bottom, so I'll wash that up. They gave us some coasters, came in this cute little basket, some washcloths, a candle. It's vanilla. Let's see. Oh my, that smells amazing. Doesn't have a brand on it, but that's a really, really fragrant candle. 2 sponges and this little mug right here. It comes with a spoon. Super cute. Great for tea, a little cappuccino. So just taking a little break right now. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Just because, like I said, I don't know where to put anything. There's no furniture. So there's that. Oh, but I found the key yesterday. I just knew I was losing my mind. I thought I was going crazy. But I did find the key. You guys are never going to believe where it was. It was in my shirt. It was in the shirt, that little jumper that I was wearing the other day. So I guess when I took the keys out of my purse, my car keys out of my purse, and then like I was telling Eric, I can't remember if I told y'all, but I saw the apartment key dangling and I was like, oh, maybe Eric put the key on there, right? So I guess as I was flinging it back in my purse, it flew down my shirt and I didn't even know it until later on that night when I was getting ready to hop in the shower. I've never been that happy to find something in my life because I really thought that I was losing my freaking mind. I really did. But anyway. so I think I am about to clock out for a few hours anyway, but I want to share with you all what I've done so far. Not a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot to work with, but I've put away all the things that we had out. I cleaned off all the cabinets. All the surfaces have been cleaned. And yeah, so we'll just go around a little bit and show what I've done. So I have all of these granola bars that I think Chase actually purchased these from Costco, and you see how many it is, right? So I need to get some type of container or something to put in this drawer, or I may just leave them in this drawer. I don't know. I'm gonna go to Marshall's here in a little bit and see if they have some containers so that I can get things a little bit more organized as we bring stuff over here. So I've designated this particular area. This, guys, is called the pantry. Yeah, this is the pantry. But so I think I'm going to keep all of our paper products here on this shelf. We have paper plates, paper towels back there, trash bags, aluminum foil, just some stuff to kind of get us started. We have some Ziploc bags and some paper or plastic forks in there. No food in here. We will be going to the food probably tomorrow, day after tomorrow. There's no rush, y'all. We've been eating out like it's going out of style. My gosh, our whole, anyway, I'm not gonna get on a rant. This is the family room, living room area. We have a tiny rug there that I brought from the house. It was actually some kind of way saved from all of the water damage. All of our rugs are just trash. We have 2 chairs over there that we brought from the house. These bar stools have been a lifesaver. They are from the house as well. These are some of the things that we were actually thinking about getting rid of, but just had not gotten around to doing it. So they have absolutely come in clutch here at the apartment. And so that's it for the kitchen. That's all that I had. I think this area over here I'm going to designate as my coffee station. I will absolutely be bringing my coffee machine here. I've put out the little candle. It smells so good. I have this little small roll of paper towels there to remind me that I need to get a paper towel holder. I emptied out all of that ice that was in there, as you guys saw. I don't know whose hands and whatnot have been all in there, so we're just gonna start over with that. But yeah, so this is the little space here. I guess we'll get a TV at some point. This is the coat closet. I have put the Swiffer, the vacuum cleaner. That trash can was already in here. I'll have to see if that was new. And then there's a suitcase there. That's what I brought all of my clothes over in. This is the mattress. I want to say a few more hours it will be fully inflated. And so this is the primary bedroom and bathroom. This is my side of the sink right here. These are just some items that I grabbed from the house and brought over. I brought this little acrylic shelf from the house as well. This one will be Eric's that I took out of my closet room. So I guess I'll let him use that one for his side of the sink. This is going to take some getting used to because for us, this is kind of small. At the house, this was like my whole half in the bathroom. So that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. We're just going to have to try to be organized in here. When I go to Marshall's today, I'll look for some more organizers for more of my little skincare items. Down here, I have all of my makeup and brushes and things like that. These bags I use when I take a shower for my hair. So yeah, that's what's in there. In here, I have just some soaps. I love these right now. I get these from Marshall's. And I'm gonna keep all my things on one side, and Eric will have this side of the drawer. And we'll have our toothpaste in here, and toothbrushes, and floss, and all that good stuff. So I'll get some organizers to go in there as well. I don't have anything, well, yeah, just some cleaning stuff there under my side of the sink. Nothing on Eric's side. And then in here in the closet, I did hang up a few things that I brought from the house. I am going to be really recycling clothes. I wasn't really trying to bring a whole lot over here. So for me, it's going to be a bunch of t-shirts and biker shorts, right? And I have, you know, just some denim shorts and some other things here to lounge around in. These are my bonnets. On the back of the door, I've hung a few robes, and I have a few of my purses. I didn't bring them all. I'm going to let those get stored away. I brought just a few pairs of shoes, and then just some other things that I haven't really found a place for just yet. And let's see, what else did I do? Oh, let's head over to Chase's side of and that's trash right there that I'm going to take with me when I head out. So this is Chase's bathroom. Didn't do a whole lot in here. I just grabbed some stuff from the house, and so the stuff that I had, I just went ahead and put in here. Put him some soaps and stuff in his shower, one of his toothbrushes, some of his hygiene things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I cleaned all of the surfaces in here in Swiffer as well, cleaned the toilet, things like that. His bedroom is here. His bed was one of the items that did not get delivered. Eric and I just bought ourselves a new mattress because y'all know how she is. And this is his closet here. That's my tripod back there in the corner. But yeah, oh, and this is his bag with all of, well, not all of his clothes, but the clothes that we were gonna start out with here at the apartment for now. Over here is the washer and dryer. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today. Not a whole lot, but with all the headache that I shared at the top of the video, I am just glad that we do have the keys now. And once they do ever start to get started on our house, we will have some place to come and live. I'm trying to give you guys a view of everything. Like, I'm in the living room in one of the corners, and I hope you guys can see this is pretty much the whole area. Living room, dining room, kitchen. That's everything that you're seeing right here. But anyway, I'm happy with it. Great location, not too far from the house. We're able to go back and forth and check on the progress once they do start. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I really like these sconces. Those are cute. Really like those. But yeah, so I think this is gonna do it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I need to run down to the office and turn in some paperwork. I think that's gonna be the most annoying thing about living in an apartment. You have to get permission for everything. You gotta just, they get to come in and out. Like, I think next week they have to come in and check the dryer vent or something like that for all of the apartments. It's like, wow. it's gonna take a lot of getting used to, but anyway, we're game. We're gonna get through it. But before I go, I just want to once again thank everyone for all of the love, all of the support, all of the prayers and well wishes. We cannot thank you guys enough. We're just so thankful. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna start rambling, but that's gonna do it for today. Really appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.
A fear that keeps your soul from singing is so tired and weak. But when I gave you birth, yeah, I made you with a smile. And when I made your heart beat, I gave you hope for miles. You got what you need, yeah, I put it right inside you. It's inside of you. But when it all comes crashing night, just know your sun is coming out, and you're gonna be okay. Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Oh, yeah, you're gonna be okay. Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Cause when I gave you breath, yeah, I made you with a smile. And when I made your heart beat, I gave you hope for miles. And you got what you need, yeah, I put it right inside you.